This week on our Scottish Highlands West Coast adventure, I take a kayak out into a windy loch. I then fill Rose's tank again and discuss what kind of fuel economy and MPG Rose gets on the road.
121 miles using...
Before then heading further up and finding this track where I want to drive Rose up it and she goes on 3 wheels. Stay tuned for the end and I hope you enjoy. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video from our Wild West Coast series. Now, I'd love to be voiceovering over some lovely drone shots, however, yeah, I've realised why I haven't got any drone shots. Anyway, moving onwards, with the theme of water, I'm taking myself out into the water today in James's inflatable kayak. Really makes me want to get one, however the weight of it makes me think otherwise, but I would love one. It was a nice dry day, however it was very windy and I was being blown all over the shop and trying to battle the wind. Luckily the wind was blowing me towards the shore, however I was trying to get out past some headland and yeah, you'll see what happens. I'm trying to get around this bit of headland, but that wind is brutal. It's quite nice to just sit here and push me about though. I'm not like that. What a lovely day for it. Almost made it round. Well, we've got some lovely sunshine. It's just nice to be cruising here. Being drifted back to the shore because I've given up paddling. That view behind there, you can't really beat that. And now I'm looking at the mountains, so you guys can see the vans in the background. It's just spinning me round. Probably can't hear me, but... So while I was out on the kayak, I also decided to take a few pictures. However, I decided to take my long lens, which was really hard to take photos. However, I did get quite a few snaps, and yeah, they turned out alright. So we're parked up down this wonderful little lane hidden in the trees at a dead end at the side of the loch. What a spot. There's not too many walks to take Yoshi on, and the field next to us has got lots of sheep in, so I decided to climb up the side of the cliff, as you do. And then after I got so far with Yoshi, I decided to come back with my camera and find out how high up I could get and if there was any nice pictures to get, of which there was. And then as I was feeling creative that day, I decided to take some more pictures as the light was really nice that day. So I made my way into the sheep field and tried to take some photos of the mountains and this lovely eerie looking tree. I love just sitting here. That rain was just a light drizzle and it was just over me, and just watching it all pass through and then look up here into the blue sky. The clouds are moving this way, so we'll get this blue sky over the sun and that will frame my picture nicely. So for those of you that are interested and want to support the channel, what me and Charles are trying to do is plan, as I said in this video here, a little future road trip plan, so go click this video to hear that. We're trying to make us more of an income basically come in, so I'm watching this because I'm still going to get my picture. But basically we have got our little shop, Tangled Earthlings. I'll put it on screen now, and we sell prints and jam seasonally. We're out at the moment because it's winter, but come September we're going to make some more before we travel away to exciting places. Yeah, so that's our little plan. We're just trying to get, we're possibly going to do some little, YouTube's like, I get paid 50 quid a month, if that, off YouTube. It's really not a lot, so obviously I can't live off that. I can't even film a tank or even feed us 3 for a month for that. So yeah, it's useless. If you think I get anything off of it, I don't. So I'd really appreciate you share the video, because it's about views, not subscribers. So, you know, to help us travel and show you more content, I'd really appreciate that. just some support basically. So we've only got 5 prints for sale at the moment, but if you scroll over my Instagram, which is linked below in the description, or look through the community post page. They've changed their terms now. Community is something different, isn't it, on YouTube? But the posts that I've put on my YouTube channel, I've put lots of pictures on there, so if any of them you like, just let me know. So what I'm trying to do this year is really get into the photography, up my video game, so I'm really trying to make this a full-time job. But I am also this summer going to be working on the van, well, travelling, doing mobile mechanics up here in Scotland basically. So really would appreciate if you guys could share the channel, recommend it to your mates. I know Michael Perkins is always out there recommending it to his mates, and I'm so grateful for you, and I'm so grateful for Lee, and Ace is always a regular commenter, and there's lots of you that have been here for absolutely ages and that frequently comment, including Paul, who hasn't commented for a while, but you always used to comment when I was doing little projects in the shed, and I know you do still watch the odd video when you get time, but trust me, I know what it's like to not have time. I barely watch any YouTube, so I get it, but yeah, any support towards the channel would be amazing, and don't forget about Chelsea's channel too, because we both have a channel each. But yeah, I don't know if the sun's going to come this way. It looks like it keeps, that little bit of blue sky, it looks like it keeps drifting that way behind the mountain, so we'll see. But anyway, bit windy today, but some moody light, as you can see. Usually you can see all the way down the loch, but not quite today. But either way, it's absolutely stunning here. And we've been off for a few days at the coast, which was where the last video was, where I left you guys. And now we're back at this loch, and then we're going to be heading up towards Ullapool at some point. And that's going to be really, really, really exciting before we start heading back down. And I've actually got some work on Sky. But anyway, I will stop boring you with my rambling. Just gone and got a birch branch from in the woods over there. And where I was, the sun's come out now, but was basically up that hill. Oh, this looks nice light now, so let's get a picture. Well, that was that. It just keeps drifting that way, and now as you can see the wind's picking up. This is a sheep's field I'm in, and there's a river here, I forgot. So I'm gonna go back up. But basically, yeah, that's my picture. Hopefully I got a nice one. I think I'll crop that little tree out of it. Oh, put my foot in the mud again, man. Got waterproof vans though, so whenever I put my foot in the mud, I just give it a little wash and then let them dry by the burner. Honestly, if you don't have a burner in your van and you live in it in the winter, what the hell are you doing? Right, back to the van, edit day. See you guys tomorrow, whatever we're doing. I still don't know what we're doing. That is just beautiful. That's lovely and warm. It's 8:30 in the morning. I just saw the sun come out, creeping through the curtain. I've just been editing the video. What a stunning day. Big cloud coming this way. So it's probably not going to last. That's why I've just come out. So we've had a good few days at this spot. This beautiful loch, and what a stunning spot. We've had, I think, 3 cars come down, and the local landowners that own the house at the top, and probably the sheep as well. And they're really nice. Just a little road off the main road, and it's absolutely stunning. As you saw, we took the kayak, did all of that, and what a mega. Today we're heading back towards the coast, on our way to Ullapool basically. So I've just been looking at the map this morning at places to go. I've got a few little tracks a bit like this that should lead down to a spot nowhere near a main road or even a public road. Well, it is obviously a public road, but not like a through road or even a very common car park. But yeah, I've had some great fun exploring around here, trying to take some nice pictures of the trees and stuff. getting my creative head on. I really hope you guys have been enjoying the videos. As I say, if you have, thank you to all the supporters. Another one who commented this morning was Antoinette, and you're a very frequent follower and commenter, so I much appreciate all of you guys' support. As I say, you guys are just great. Buzzards or eagles? This morning though, I've just enjoyed listening to that. The birds. I don't always notice them particularly well because at my dad's by the canal in the countryside, birds sung every single morning, so it kind of became part of my morning routine. Ah, it's just beautiful. I can feel that warmth on my skin. I think the mountains over there are still snow-capped as well. Because it was 1 degree yesterday morning and raining. Today it was 3 degrees. There's been chances of northern lights and stuff, but the moon's almost full moon, so it's washing it out, and we've had bits of cloud reflecting the moon, making it even worse. So, you know, never know. In a few weeks, the full moon's meant to be in 2 days, so in a few weeks it might be better, and then we might get a better chance of seeing it. But yeah, I've got some spots above Ullapool. I'm not sure how far above Ullapool we're going. Probably not very far, because we're just doing slow travelling, like 20 miles every kind of 3 or 4 days, and then just exploring the area. Got some hikes in mind, because we haven't done any mountain hikes. We've done a lot of walking stuff, but yeah, we want to do some actual mountainy hikes. We've got some 800-900 metre hikes planned, and also some bobbies. But yeah, that cloud's coming over now. I'm just going to soak in the rays. Also, even though we're parked in the trees, as you've seen, we've actually been getting pretty good solar. We've stuck around 60%. I don't do it as much as I used to do, but I'm trying to get back into the habit on it in this trip. It's just living in the moment. Just stop. Just listen. That loch is beautiful. Okay, so I have just chopped some oak down there, and I'm going to go pick it up. We're ready to leave. Had a coffee and let the fire die down, and had a little smoothie, banana smoothie. Yeah, the wood I got is oak, so even better than birch, proper hardwood. So no wonder why it stayed through last night. So I'm going to get a load more of that. Over the next few days, I might get around to building a doorstop, because this bashes into the jerry can and pushes my door frame out a little bit. So yeah, see if I can fix those two things. As you can hear, Rose is just warming up. If I show you, when I rev this, I can then put it wherever I want, which is really useful for the B2B which is running, because it doesn't run at a high enough output at idle. So lift the revs a little bit to about 800 and she's good. Right, put the steps away, and then let's pick up that wood. Alright, thank you. Oh, watch it, watch it. Ah, there you go, Max. You've got a portrait camera there. Nice shot of the river. So we're heading out of this lovely spot now, with the, I love the brick walls. It's a bit like the Peak District, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hopefully got some nice pictures and stuff. There's snow on all the mountains. We've had like a fresh top off of snow, which has been nice. But now we're headed towards the coast, but hopefully we'll have a nice drive with some mountains. And we'll see where we end up. Maybe at a beach tonight, I don't know. We'll see if the road's clear. It's another like little track that might be gated and stuff, so we'll see. Anyway, let's hit the road. So, with Rose being that flat-fronted non-turbo diesel beast, I had to go fill up again, and I'm sure you're all wondering how much it costs and what kind of miles per gallon we get. Here we go. Okay, so little update. Right, just topped up on fuel. 147 where we are now. Was going to wait till Ullapool, but I remember last year Ullapool was not that cheap. I think because everyone assumes it will be. But it's not actually that much of a major town. New date, we haven't filled up since before
Applecross, 26th we filled up, the day we went up Applecross. So today is the 9th of March, 12 litres in the tank, but I have just filled up the jerry can this morning because I wasn't sure how cheap this was actually going to be, because sometimes the online price can be out of date for little garages like this, because I'm only at a little garage. So the price was £18 for 12 litres. Now, plus the 20 litres, which I did end up refilling, so I've got 32 litres in total that I've put in the van, and I've done 120 miles. Yeah, pretty much bang on, 121 miles, 120.9 I've got. And someone did tell me the mathematical calculation you can do for this, but I can't remember it, and I've not noted it down. I should note it down in this book actually, because I've made a little Rose log service book, which I'll show you through. So I've got a notebook in here, which I'm starting to write down things, even like anything I change on the van now. So I've started with a rough summary of what I've done in January, which is all the axles, springs, calipers, everything. And then obviously I've not done any work since, but I'm just putting each what the fuel is, how much it cost, not that that's really a relevancy, and what the MPG was. So I've got this, and it's got MOT histories and some receipts in it. That's all it's got. It's a little book I bought from Home Bargains or something. So let's put this in, 121 miles, using 32 litres, 17 miles to the gallon, which is exactly what it was last time. When I filled up before Applecross, must have done something wrong, because I've got 14.3 mpg there. Anyway, so that is what I've written in my little book. Hopefully you can see that. And I've got one receipt there, and yeah, hopefully this should last a while. But that means if anything ever does happen to Rose, she will have pretty much an over full service history from the last, well, since 2025. So that's all the MPGs worked out. Reset the trip meter, and then we start from scratch. Rose averages 17 mpg. She definitely was higher. The last few miles we've been doing very short trips up and down narrow roads, leaving the van idling, charging. So, you know, I think driving wise she gets pretty much nearly 20 mpg, which is not bad for a van that weighs 3.5 tons, is a brick shape, doesn't have a turbo, and is 5 cylinders. I'm happy. Right, let's crack on, pick them up, because I dropped them off at the shop, so they'll probably wonder where the f I am.
So yeah, a whopping 17 mpg. Not great. However, you know, it is what it is, and hopefully next time we do a trip like this I'll be able to run the van purely on veg oil now. I've found she runs beautifully on the stuff. Anyway, it is what it is. We're heading further northwest towards the rugged coast with the beautiful snow-capped mountains in the background before we end up at this beautiful beach. So we've arrived at the beach. As you can see, Rose is back there. Beach is over here. We've got some lovely mountain backdrops. We did drive past that little spot with the gate, and it doesn't have that sign on it anymore, so I reckon you probably can't go down it. But there's a little car park just before it, so we'll stop there, have a look, decide what to do, and then see where we're staying for the night. But this looks like a lovely white sand, Mediterranean looking beach. Again, no drone footage, sorry, but hopefully the drone will be fixed this weekend, because Rob has picked up the board for the drone, so hopefully I can fix it. These beaches are beautiful, and they could be anywhere apart from the 6-degree icy wind and the lack of sun, and that definitely says Scotland. Oh, and the sheep everywhere. But otherwise, come back here in April, or if the sun comes out and the wind dies down, be beautiful. But for now, we're going to move on. You know, I can't feel my hands. After watching the rolling waves and the clouds, we were about to head off, and then we saw this stunning rainbow. After a quick chat and stop, we decided we'd carry on and try and make it almost to Ullapool, and we were greeted by bonny, snow-capped mountains in the distance, and what a drive it was. We did end up at the same place, but that's because I took a wrong turn first of all, so you weren't meant to see that bit a second ago, but I thought I'd stick it in anyway, because those mountains in the road is lovely. And then we pulled into this lay-by because there was an interesting track. Absolutely stunning views again, but there was a little track, and I reckon this little track off of the lay-by goes up to a little viewpoint. It's just like a little track, it looked like. Yeah, that just ends up here in this bit of grass.
with that view. Why'd you say dip? Oh, I see, we could build our own road. Oh yeah, yeah. My van will go over that. But build a little road and have that as your view. So yeah, I couldn't not give it a go. I had to see if Rose would make it up here. So, are you ready? And there she goes. First time having the van on 3 wheels. I mean, look, yeah, we got to come back here.
Look, what's this?
I fucking love this van. Let me just show you what the kind of terrain we came up with. It's worse than it looks, or it doesn't look as bad as it actually is. It takes a pretty lifted van to get over this. So here we are down at the road, and if you look up, it's quite like pitted here. Again, it won't show on camera, I know it won't, but you've got, I swung round, took it wide to try and dodge. You've got this big sharpen here, which James has built these up with, and then you go through this side, which is fine, and then over here you've got another one, and you've got, if you look at like that angle, you've got some dips, so you don't want to like knock your sump off or anything, so, or your diff pan, as you can see. But what a beast of a van, what an absolute monster. I love this van. Everyone always thinks it's just a heavy, old, boring 2-wheel drive box van, but everyone who owns a Mercedes T1, 1, says they're really capable for a normal 2-wheel drive van, and 2, she's got some suspension travel. And James just said I lost a wheel. I had one in the air, so I'm gutted I didn't catch that on camera. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Hold that there, Max. What did we just see? Yeah, I drove it down and then back up and filmed it, and then back down and filmed it. So I could not get it on camera for you guys. Gutted, absolutely gutted, but we will come back. Look at that view! Goats. Hello, mountain goats. These things are awesome. Don't see them very often. My first sighting was this year. Hey, darling. So we have just filmed it coming down for you, so I want to put that in the edit, so that'll be wondering why the footage doesn't make sense. And also I need to get one of these Osmos, because look at this, an ultra wide angle on this thing. I hopefully got the axle dropping and stuff, so yeah. But now we're going to head round to our final spot, which is 40 minutes away, which is actually quite far, because we've done about 10 miles today probably, and we've still got another 20 to go. So off we go on a little drive, and hopefully we'll see you there, and hopefully it'll be lovely, because, well, it certainly looks lovely. And I think we'll have we've got a south facing view, so hopefully we might have a southwest facing view, and there might be a nice sunset, and we can stick some dinner on, which is going to be beans and spuds done in the burner, because we're running low on food until we get to Ullapool, because that is the next stop for a stop off, and then we won't be going much further north, I don't think, but we'll see how far we get. You okay there, Yoshi? Yeah. Did you have fun? Did you see any mountain goats? Yeah. Yeah. Ready?
Yep, ready. Just make sure I've got 2 cats.
None have escaped, good. Now you got to be tied in, boy. Especially if we're going down there, like. Come on, Rose. Up there we go. Oh yeah, but that's a post box, not a post box.
Oh, nice bridge.
Oh yeah, look at that bridge.
It's got little arches as well. Ooh, tote bridge. Tote bridge.
So we've been driving all day, and look, the fire is still going. I just opened the door and I had this pleasant surprise. So I'm just gonna line them up like that, and then I'm gonna put some of these sticks on, which are pretty dry, and just open the bottom door. And then that bit of wood's been on top of the burner for the last 2 days because that was some of the really wet, rotten stuff. But this oak that I thought was birch is burning brilliantly. Good morning everyone. So we have just gone on a little walk up this road, and well, yeah, it looks like it was once a road, but since the boat network's come across, I don't know if I've told you actually, I can't remember if that's for Chelsea's channel, but basically there's a boat from near where the car park we were at yesterday that goes across, and then that is how that settlement down this road gets all of their stuff and gets to the main place, I think. But we went down there and got some nice pictures, and it's quite like you're just walking on the edge of the cliff down. Got the turquoise loch, so I think this is a sea loch, which is basically an estuary. Yoshi's just sat down on the floor here. Yeah, we didn't go all the way down this track. You can keep going and it will take you there. We went just to the corner where we could see out into the sea. You could see the Isles out towards Lewis and Harris, and it was a really nice little walk along the coast. But we've just come back and now the sun's coming out, nearly blue skies, really warm. I think it's probably 10 degrees, maybe even it feels like 15 in the sun. It's really warm. But we just come back and these guys were offloading some wood out of their car this morning, and they've given us a bag, so we'll have to give them something back, or write a thank you, because we're in this turning area but no parking. But everyone does kind of park in this little bit because even the bin lorry came down this morning. So yeah, it's a lovely little area, lovely little houses. I love all the little turf roof houses. That's something I'd definitely have one of them. But it seems like a really nice community, and people go off and shop out for other people and stuff, and yeah, it seems really nice. And I don't know if like the little buildings around here are part of the hut. I know Scotland has like this hut association thing where they have like I think it's a planning permission free, you just got to declare them or something, and they're eco houses. They're like little round houses. I think they're called Scottish huts or something. But yeah, really cool little place. And I'm going to chop some wood so that we don't chuck it in the back again. Right, little update. I have chopped all of that wood and put it all around the burner, and as you can see it's very full, but this is like at least a week's worth of wood with this bag as well, and the floor's full under there, so we got loads of stuff. I've just made some rye bread for the first time because when we went to the shop the other day we got this, which I did see at the farm shop in the other video, but didn't buy any. But we've bought some now, this brand, just ingredients rye. So I made some rye bread. Hopefully it's going to turn out quite nice. And Chelsea is trying to defrost the mince we bought, the venison mince, because
Probably not the best way of doing it either.
yeah, probably not the best way of doing it, but we forgot to take it out of the freezer, and Chelsea wants to make some meatballs. So yeah, oh well, just wait for it like that. We're still at the same spot. We bumped into the people when I spoke to them, and apparently the people, I think in this roundhouse here, have been like living on this road further down since like the 70s, which is pretty mad. And said here for 11 years, and I did reckon these huts were about 10 years old, so I reckon, yeah, they were built about 11-12 years ago, so that's pretty cool. I do love them. But right now the sun has vanished, as you can see, but the rain has come in, made it look quite moody. I mean, you can barely even see the snow on the top of the mountains there. But yeah, all cleaned up out here. So yeah, that's it for this week's video, I think. Yeah, I'm going to let you know, I'll put a picture in of the rye bread now, and so you guys can see how that turned out, and some dinner here, because I want some more of those eggs on toast tomorrow morning. That's why I decided to make the bread. Tomorrow we're heading to Ullapool, doing a stock up and stuff,
I don't think I'll probably film much, but then we might be doing some hikes up above Ullapool, so that's when I'll next see you in a few days. So, but for you, it's probably going to be about a week, so make sure you subscribe, comment down below, share the video to your friends, and I'll see you next week for next week's video.